So I was watching Duran Ryder's video on the Bondi Junction stabbings, and there were a few things that I agreed with him on and a few things that I disagreed with him on that video. And I posted a comment on that video, and it was removed. I don't know if he deleted it or if it was set to spam or something, but this motivated me to make a video and share my thoughts on what happened and what I think we can do as a society to deal with this kind of shit so that it doesn't continue as it did like that in the future. So Duran Ryder said that having stricter laws is the way to prevent something like this. Like, for example, they have stricter laws in countries like China, and I can't think of other countries where they have crazy laws like China. But if you do that, you also have a population that is more enslaved, and these fucking clowns in costumes can just break down your door and remove you from your house at any time. So that's really not the solution. What we need is a society that prioritizes morality over everything else. A society that puts morality first. That is the only way that we're truly going to have a more peaceful society. Because the way it's currently set up, morality is like one of the last things on the list. We're putting money first. We're putting fucking acquiring things for ourselves way before morality. Many people will do whatever for a paycheck. But anyway, that's besides the point. The point is there was a psychopath on the loose, and he was allowed to just continue on his spree for 30 minutes. It took 30 minutes to stop that motherfucker. Now, what I will say, what I was impressed by in the video was there was one dude who stood up to this guy. Apparently, he had a bollard. In the video, I didn't see any weapon on him. I thought he just stood up to him with his bare hands, which I thought was really brave. And we need more people like that in the world, because those are the motherfuckers that stand up to tyranny and that stand up to violent attackers and other crazy people. So that guy was the real hero in the situation, not the cop that unloaded her weapon. It was a chick that unloaded her weapon on the dude. That was the real hero, because that took some fucking balls. And another thing that he talked about was being carved up, putting distance between yourself and the attacker and throwing objects at them. And that I wholeheartedly agree with. That is a great strategy. I know if I was in that situation, I would most likely run away, because I'm not confident in my ability to defend myself, and I really need to work on that. And I'm just being real. I'm not going to put on this fake tough guy act and say that I would fucking confront that guy, because I would not. I know that I am afraid of getting stabbed. Getting cut is really not a nice experience, so I can't imagine what it's like to have your whole fucking arm or your chest slit open by a knife. Must be a truly traumatizing experience, if you do even live to make it out of that. So yeah, this is it's a crazy situation, and it can really be prevented if we just prioritize health in our society. If we create a society that puts morality first, puts carbohydrates first, puts exercise first, puts getting sunlight first, not this stupid fucking rat race, living this slave grind, using medication and using alcohol, other drugs, because that's the kind of society that we're living in now. And of course, we're going to have more instances of secondary psychopathy. I don't know if that guy was a primary psychopath, but at least a secondary psychopath is what that guy was. And we really need to prioritize the correct things, because we just live in a really sick society, and it doesn't surprise me that people become unhinged like this. Can you imagine if we just didn't have the stress of having to acquire money just to get the basic resources to survive, we would definitely see crime rates plummeting. That's the real solution. And also, of course, morality, a society that prioritizes morality, because if you ask the average person on the street, they'll think that veganism is bullshit, and they'll also think that they need government to have quote unquote law and order. But look where that gets us. We just get fucking violence happening in Palestine, and just crazy amounts of wars being started all around the world. So that's not helping either. And we get innocent people being thrown in jail, whereas criminals walk the streets. And I'm not just talking about your average criminal, I'm also talking about these criminals in uniform, because they are. And you're not going to have a free society if you just give those people in uniform all of the weapons, and the average person, just all they can use is a fucking chair and their hands. It's ridiculous. So an armed society, like I said in that comment, is a polite society. And can you imagine if we had an armed society? A guy like that wouldn't stand a chance. He could put down in 10 seconds. Easy. And if our society did have a little bit more courage, then that guy would have probably also been put down in a minute. Because if people just stand together, get some objects, 10 people versus one guy with a knife with objects, they're going to put him down quickly too. So those are my thoughts. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. And have you watched the footage? Because I have, and there's not much to watch about it. There's not that much that you could see. I didn't see any stabbing taking place, but it looked like people were terrified. Oh yeah, and there was also that mother with her kids that didn't seem alarmed at all, which I thought was crazy. Like, can you imagine what state she must have been in not to have been terrified with this Jason Voorhees, or what's that other guy, Michael Myers? Yeah, this guy reminds me of Michael Myers, coming at you at full speed, ready to take you out. She was really lucky to have that guy with the pole ready to swing just behind her. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and catch you soon.